Hello everyone and welcome back to Tammy's Yarn House. Today is a very quick video on how to combine two panels, and this works also with granny squares, really anything that you want to combine. I made this cable blanket in panels because I didn't want to interrupt the cables with colors. You definitely can make this as long as you want to and then interrupt your colors as, you know, horizontal rows. I chose to do vertical rows, which then gave me a little bit more extra work in combining these panels. And today's video is to show you how to use what is considered an invisible seam to put these two together. Now, if you're interested in making this cable blanket, I'll put a link up there somewhere to the video that I have on this. But what I have went ahead and done is placed my stitch markers, okay? And that's very important because this is a row of doubles and singles, and you really want to keep your blanket symmetrical together, right? Because what'll happen if you don't, it'll just kind of start. It'll do this number right here. And then you're left with taking it all apart and having to do it all over again. So it's really good, especially if you're not experienced enough yet in recognizing what stitches are what, because the sides of this are your double crochet and your single crochet. And let me see if I can zoom in here to show y'all. And it's really not clearly defined, not like you have on the ends where your V-stitches are clearly defined. You don't have that on the sides of these panels, and so it's important to keep them together as much as possible, okay? So what I've done is I have done most of the blanket down here, and I'll show you. Where's my needle? Right there. And I'll show you. You see, that's together. This is together. That's how you put it together. That's what it's going to look like, is what it is. And here's how you do it. You're going to put, this is your right side of your blanket, of your project, and this is the back side. So this will be the front and the back. And you want to put your two fronts together. Okay? Fold those two fronts together so that you have your seam, the two edges that you want to put together, you have them there. All right? Here's what you do. In order to keep this really invisible on the front side as much as possible, right? As much as possible. Let me zoom in here so you guys can really see what it is I'm doing. There we go. You want to use the outer stitches, okay? You want to use the outer stitches. So here's the inner stitch. Inner stitch. You want to use the outer stitches, and if you sandwich those two together, you'll see that here's an outer, 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 and you want to go into those outer stitches just like that and pull your yarn through. Of course, make sure you have a long enough piece of yarn to accommodate probably twice the length of your project to make sure that you have enough yarn to go through the whole thing. The last thing you want to do is have to tie a knot to combine two pieces of yarn together because you didn't have enough. Okay, so here, let's do it again. Here we go. And I put the stitch markers in my single crochet rows to help me keep them on track. Okay, so we'll go in through this one. And we'll snake around this one right here. And when you've done this enough, you'll start to recognize where it is you need to go. Give it a nice tug and then just pull it apart, making sure that it's not going to buckle. Okay, and here we go. You see, they start to become defined, and then you'll see they'll start to pop out at you. And when you start working in the back stitches, eventually what your project will do is it'll automatically turn in on itself, so that your back stitches are presented, right? Presented to you. And that's what you do. You just do this all the way around down your project. Now, if you're going to put together a granny square, of course, you know, your V stitches are together, and you don't have to figure out how many and where to go. On a project like this, I have single crochet rows and I have double crochet rows. And you want to go into the single crochet row one time, and then go into your double crochet rows. You want to weave in 2 times on these rows, and you do that all the way down your work, and you will have what is really a, you know, I'll say semi-invisible, right? Semi-invisible stitch right here, where you're not going to be able to tell that these two are put together. And when you get done washing it and blocking it, definitely it's there. Okay, so it's just a quick video to show you how to put together a seam. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to stay up to date with all the videos that I have coming out, please consider subscribing to my channel. And happy crocheting, y'all. Leave a comment or a concern in the comment section, and I'll get back with you. Y'all have fun.